Yahweh, Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah Barakatah. This is Brother Shamgar just coming at you with a quick video. The message is about faith. The Lord been putting this on my spirit to bring this out to you, brothers and sisters. You know, especially with, everything that's going on out in the world right now. You know, us brothers and, sisters in the truth that are really in the truth. Brothers that's doing the work, diligently seeking the Most High, making sure you sticking in your studies, keeping the law to the best of your ability. Sisters, keeping the law, making sure they being good wives to their husbands, good mothers to their children. You know what I mean? People, us in the truth that are really keeping the law as best as we can and trying to do the work. We're not scared. We're not scared of what's going on. Other people, turn on the news and see what's going on and they shaking out their boots, man. You got these white supremacists out here ready for Trump to tweet and say round these black people up and go crazy. People see stuff like that online, they get to shaking. But us, we're joyful when we see these things because we have faith. I read the things in this Bible, in this book, and I know that these things must happen, And when I got that faith that the Most High is going to deliver us from that and keep us protected, it takes away all my fear, man. And when you have that faith in the Most High that He's going to do the things that He says He's going to do, you just become stronger. Like it's impossible to please the Most High, if you don't have faith. So with this, I'm not gonna draw out the video. I'm just gonna break down a couple quick scriptures about faith, that may help any of you brothers that may be, struggling with it, or maybe doubting the Most High. Hopefully you're not. But this is I'm gonna show you what it looks like in your walk and how you're supposed to carry it. You know what I mean? So first, I'm gonna start with Hebrews 11:1. All right. Now faith, Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So when you praying to the Most High and you asking Him for, hey, please Yahweh, give me more diligence, more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You got to believe that those things are actually going to happen, even though you can't see the Most High. It might seem like you're talking to yourself, but us in the truth, we know that the Most High is listening. We have that faith. Like there is no doubt in my mind that the Most High is not hearing what I'm saying right now. That's how you gotta be when you pray. You can't just pray and then if it happens, it happens. I mean, of course, yeah, you got if it's the Lord's will, it's gonna happen. If it's not, then it ain't gonna happen. But you can't be thinking like, I don't know, it might not happen. You know what I mean? That's weak stuff, man. You got to be strong. You got to be of a strong heart when you pray, not doubting nothing. So without that faith, man, you cannot please the Most High. You can't. It's impossible. The scriptures say it. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. Hebrews 11:6. But without faith, it is impossible to please Him. For he that cometh to the Most High must believe that He is. So if you're going to pray to God, if you're going to pray to the Most High, you got to believe that He exists. You got to believe that He exists and that He's hearing what you're saying. You have to believe that. And for he that cometh to God must believe that He is, and that He is a rewarder of them that diligently seek Him. So if you're praying to the Most High, you need to understand, you need to know without a doubt in your heart, without a doubt in your mind, that when you diligently seek the Most High, everything you do is about the Most High. And of course, it's some gray area, I'm not talking about brush your teeth, stuff like that. I'm talking about everything you do revolves around you constantly staying in the work, you constantly doing the work week in, week out. You every day, you try to at least read some scripts. You know what I mean? I'm not talking about go crazy, because of course you want balance, but you're just trying to stay in the spirit. Make sure you always praying every day, reading something new, or even just reading the stuff that you already know, just to get that repetition in, so that way you memorize it. If you doing those things and then you pray, you supposed to know in your heart, and yet, like when I say heart, I mean mind. You supposed to know in your mind that He's going to reward you for that. Like, that's what that scripture is saying. You can't doubt. You have to have that faith. You have to have that faith in the Most High, because without it, you can't please him, you know? And this goes hand in hand with that as well. So I'm going to grab Mark 11:24, right? Because when you pray, you got to believe that whatever you praying for, you're going to get. You got to believe it. Because like the Most High looking at you like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? I see that doubt in his heart, man. I ain't giving this nigga nothing. He don't even believe that I am. He think I'm a liar. He don't even think I am who I say I am. He don't even think I'm going to do for him what I say I'm going to do for him. Why am I going to get this nigga? Why am I going to give him anything? All right, let me go ahead and grab that. Therefore, Mark 11:24. Therefore I say unto you, what things soever ye desire when ye pray, believe that ye receive them, and ye shall have them. Right? So that's what the brother Mark's saying. You know, whatever things you pray for. Now, I'm not going to say that you shouldn't pray for certain things. But you know what I mean? Like when you pray, you want to pray for things like spiritual things. You don't want to be praying for all the time. Y'all, please give me a new car. I mean, of course, if you really need that, you know what I mean? It's okay to, go ahead and pray for some of those things sometimes. But you want to be praying for, things that really matter, that's really going to help you. More faith, pray for more faith. You know what I mean? Pray for diligence, discipline, wisdom, knowledge, understanding. I remember certain things I just didn't get. And so I started praying for wisdom, and then after that, I believed that I was going to get it, and things just started clicking when I read them. Whenever I read them, it just started kicking and clicking, and I got it. These are the type things that you should pray for, things that, are really going to benefit you. When Jacob's trouble pop off, a new car not going to benefit you, Those new J's not going to benefit you praying for new J's, That woman you praying for, what I mean? That's not going to benefit you, man. The things you want to be praying for is that strength. You want to be praying for the Most High to make you stronger. Endurance, so that way, whenever you go through the things you got to go through in this world, that you don't fall out. Because if you boxing, and you run out, and you might be nice too, right? You might be throwing them hooks, them crosses, everything, right? But if you run out of endurance, and your opponent comes at you with something simple, you're gonna get knocked out, man. You're gonna get knocked out because you don't got no more wind. So you want to pray for endurance. You know what I mean? These are the things that you should pray for. And when you pray, believe that you're gonna get them, or else you're not. That's what the scripture's saying, right? And now there's a flip side to that as well, because when you praying for some things, you might not get them. Matter of fact, I'm gonna just get the scripture. James chapter 4, verse 2. I'm going to grab it. Matter of fact, I'm going to just skip right down to 3. James chapter 4, verse 3. Ye ask and ye receive not, because ye ask amiss, that ye may consume it upon your lust. So you ask for things that's just going to pleasure you. You know what I mean? Like the Most High, like you might be asking for, a new woman. If you're a man, you might be like, let me get a third wife. You know what I mean? And you asking for that just because or you lusting for those things. When the Most High see that, if I give him that, boy might go off. Or you praying for that new Benz or whatever. Certain things you don't get because you asking for it to consume it upon your lust. You lusting over those things. Those things might not benefit. That's why I said when you pray for things that it ain't against the Most High's will. The Most High wants you to have faith. The Most High wants you to have faith in him. The Most High wants you to be strong. He wants you to endure. He wants you to endure to the end. So pray for those things. And that's why some of you don't get what you pray for, because one, like it said in Mark, you don't even believe. You don't even have faith that you're going to receive those things. And then secondly, if you do have faith that you're going to receive those things, you might not get them because you praying for the wrong stuff, man. You praying for things that just consume upon your lust. And that's not good, So this walk, man, you know, you have to have faith. You have to have faith. It's impossible. When you're praying, you got to have faith. When you're walking in this world, you got to have faith, you know? And when you're praying for something, you can't be, you know, or when you're going through trouble, let's say you're going through trouble or something, right? And, you know, you asking the Most High to deliver you, right? If you're inside your head, you're doubting whether or not the Most High going to deliver you, a guy can have a gun to your face, man. I mean, of course, if it's your time, you're going to go, right? But a guy can have a gun to your face, and if you doubting that the Lord going to save you, man, the Lord might just let you, he might just let you die, right? Because you faint-hearted, you know? You don't have that that security, that strong faith and that strong belief that he gonna deliver you through whatever, you know, you come in contact with, you know. You have to have that faith. Let me get that. Sirach chapter 2 verse 13. Woe unto him that is faint-hearted, for he believeth not. Therefore shall he not be defended. So if you faint-hearted, you know, and you don't believe, and what is not believing? Not having faith in the Most High. You're not going to be defended. So when Jacob's trouble come and you got that faint heart, because maybe you weren't doing what you were supposed to do. Maybe you weren't doing the work. Maybe you didn't constantly stay in the scriptures and you didn't have that, you know, confidence that, you know, man, you know, I mean, we could always do more, but you didn't have that confidence that you were trying to do as best as you could, you know? And you know the scripture that says, you know, he's a rewarder of them who diligently seek him. And you know for a fact he wasn't being diligent. You're going to be faint-hearted in those days, when, you know, when trouble come. When trouble come your way, you are going to be faint-hearted. And guess what? When you faint-hearted, you're not going to be defended by the Most High. You know, the Lord, he has angels encamping around us, you know, at all times. Those who fear the Most High, doing the work, you know, constantly believing in him, he has angels surrounding us. That's what the scriptures say. Psalm chapter 34, verse 17, verse 7. You know, let me get that. Psalm chapter 34, verse 7. The angel of the Lord encampeth around about them that fear him and delivereth them. So what's the beginning? What's the beginning of wisdom, you know, to fear the Most High. And when you fear the Most High, you know what I'm saying? You know, you got faith in him, you know, you believe in him. You like, in order to fear him, you got to believe that, you know, the Most High will jack me up if I go off. And to know that, you have to have some level of faith, you know? So when you fear the Most High, you know, you believe in these scriptures that say the angels around you. Like right now, I can't see them, but they're around me right now protecting me. You know, me and my family, you know, my brothers, they protecting us. You have to have that faith that when you go out there and it might get bad, it will get bad. And you have to have that faith that even though you can't see those angels, that they are protecting you by order of the Most High. You have to have that faith. And if you don't, you're gonna get swallowed up. You're gonna get swallowed up. The Lord is not going to defend you. He ain't got time to waste on brothers and sisters that's lollygagging in this truth, man. There's no time for it. Me, and the rest of my brothers, we want to get out of here. It's no time to be playing around. You have to have this faith. You have to have, you know, the diligence, the discipline. You got to have these things in order to please the Most High, man. You know, you can't make it. You won't make it. You're probably going to take the chip. You're probably going to take the chip if you don't have that faith in the Most High, because it is going to get so bad out here, so scared. So it is going to be so scary for those who are not in the truth. And even for some brothers who might be in the truth, they might fall out in those times because they thought that, you know, all right, that, you know, they had a good, you know, strong foundation of faith, you know, in the Most High. And it came to that, you know, that point when, you know, they see somebody get popped right in front of them, that they might fold and say, oh shit, I'm next. You have to have faith no matter what. And even if you do die, be faithful until death. You understand what I'm saying? Have faith that, okay, if this be my time to go, that the Lord got a reward for me after this. He has a reward for me after this. And I'm willing to go out being faithful to him until death. And I'm going to get that reward. I'm going to get that reward, you know? I get James chapter 1 verse 6, you know. This is basically for, you know, people who when you pray, don't believe that you're going to receive anything from the Most High. If your heart is wavering, if you got doubt in your mind. And I'm telling you, when you have faith, Satan is going to test you. He's going to try to test your faith, you know. He's going to start whispering in your ear, you know, you don't believe that. Man, you know that's not going to happen. How you know? You can't even see him. You know, just trying to get you to go off, you know. You have to fight that. And the only way to fight Satan is with faith. Why do I say that? Because, okay, yes, Yahushua, he fought Satan with the scriptures. But if you don't believe, you could say the scriptures all day. You could know 1,000 breakdowns. But if you don't have the faith in what you're in what you're teaching, then it won't matter. You have to believe what you're telling, what you're fighting Satan with. You have to believe in these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? If I say it's written and I don't even believe what's written, does it profit me? How can you fight Satan with it? You know? You have to really have faith in this truth. That's why it is pivotal that you have faith, man. Because without it, Satan is going to gobble you up. He is going to sift you out of this thing, man. And that's something that you don't want. Unless I die being faithful unto the Most High. That's the way I want to go out. Because I got faith in my mind that if I go out being faithful unto the Most High, that the Most High got something crazy for me, a nice reward. That's the faith that I got. I got the faith that no matter what comes my way, man, you know, because the Most High not gonna give me more than I can handle. I believe that. So if it comes my way, I can handle it because the Lord said I could, man. He's not gonna give me more than I can handle. You know, He's not. So you have to have that faith no matter what. You are going to prevail. You are going to be proven to be a good servant, you know, a faithful servant to the Most High. And just to end this off, man, you know, I didn't read James 1:6, but let me get that. James 1:6, but let him act in faith, nothing wavering. For he that wavereth is like a wave of the sea driven with the wind and tossed. So when you pray, you can't have nothing wavering. Your heart has to be like rock solid. Like when I experienced it for the first time, it was just amazing. I felt so exhilarated, you know. I was like, yeah, I'm on fire right now. And I can't explain it. And brothers that felt it, you know what I'm talking about. You know, this is just something that you got to just experience for yourself during your walk. But you can't let nothing waver. And then I'm telling you, when it do happen, you're like, dang, like the Most High is real. And it just make you want to go harder. It's crazy, man. So when you pray, man, don't have nothing wavering in your heart. Make sure you on that straight and narrow. Make sure you do what you got to do, you know, and have that faith when you pray. You know, I'm telling you, this is very important because you can know 1,000, 1,000,000 breakdowns, but if you do not have faith, it's a wrap for you, bro. So I'm gonna end with this. This is important that we all should do this. Sirach chapter 4, verse 28. Strive for the truth until death, and the Lord shall fight for thee. So listen, man. Strive for this thing until the day that you die. Some of us are going to die in Jacob's trouble. You know, there are going to be some martyrs for the truth, you know. And strive for this thing as best as you can. Keep going hard and harder and harder. When you and if you even feel yourself slacking, that's the time to go harder. 10 times harder than that. You see what I'm saying? Don't give yourself no time to slack. Stay busy in this thing. Stay reading something. Stay doing something, you know? And if you're a brother by yourself, man, you know, Try to get with a camp or something, man. You know, start pushing this truth. It is no time to be sitting on your ass, man. I'm telling you, the Lord ain't dealing with brothers like that, man. And if you one of them, this is a wake-up call. You know, strive for that truth until death. And with that, I'm going to say Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Barakatah, Shalom.